I'm Joe. I live in Chilliwack, British Columbia, and I'm just about to start this renovation with this bathroom. For those of you who are like me who aren't experts, well, why don't you watch and see what I go through and maybe learn a thing or two. For those experts who are out there, keep it in mind that I'm not. And so go along with this one. Bear with me, please, as I go through Average Joe renovating this bathroom. So what is it I'd like to do? Well, I'd like to gut everything except the tub. What I really would like to do is put some tile under the walls here, about halfway up. I'd like to also do the floor. The floors are looking pretty beat up. I'd like to change the countertop, new sinks, a new tap, change the mirror to something a little more classier, change the color of our vanity to something as well. And also I'd like to put a shower door in here, a nice glass sliding shower door. And the reason I really like to is because I'm kind of concerned at the base of the tub. 16 years we've lived in this house, we've never done anything in this bathroom, and I'm really kind of concerned about the water that's been running out of the tub over the years. Down in the corner here I notice it's discolored, and I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm going to be taking the floor up in the next few days and see what's down there, but you know, like any kind of a renovation like this, I already know from experience, it's not just getting from A to Z, it's a whole bunch of zigzags along the way and a lot of surprises that come along the way too, that you have to deal with and stay patient. And so hopefully this video will give you an idea of what the next few weeks are going to be like for me, the happy things that happen and the not so happy things that happen as I go along too. And then we'll meet you at the end, and hopefully I can celebrate with a nice cold one when this is all done. So, first thing I've done is I've actually taken the tap out. As you can tell, I've just put them in here as well. That was pretty easy. There's just like 4 brackets that are holding the sink in place, and the taps are really easy to come out. So now what I'm going to do is take the sink out, and my next job is to actually take the countertops off. They're pretty easy to do as well. There are just screws underneath that you have to undo, and it should come off. After I've done that, I'm going to start tacking those tiles. I've got to cut them out with the drywall attached behind it. See you in a little bit. Okay, so I have managed to unscrew all the things underneath pretty easy. There's just about 6 screws that are holding it in place. It was a little bit of struggle taking this top part off because this little side splashboard here was actually attached to this, but it looks to me like this is actually attached to the wall. So it was a little bit of a struggle, but I got it out. But there we go. Step 1, counter out. Roger that. Alright, so now that the countertop has been taken off, I can start to actually tackle these tiles. These beautiful white tiles that I put on a few years ago just because the builder didn't put anything behind the sink when we bought the house, and of course I want to just protect the drywall. So I want to take this off. So what I want to do, of course, is I want to cut the drywall behind it because it's going to come off with the tile, and then hopefully is I could chip away the tile and the drywall will come off behind it and leave just a nice clean piece here, and then I'm going to have to get a new piece of drywall and do that. So that's where I'm at right now, and hopefully I'll show you how it looks once I'm all done. Okay, so I've cut right around there. I had to do a little bit something there because the black splash was having a difficult time coming out, but I can fix that. So basically all I have to do now is should all come out as in one piece, like that, you see, nice and neat, so that I don't have to deal with too much mess. It just comes right out. So there you go. Just get that side part. Like that. I'm out here in the garage. I've made the measurements for the drywall at the bathroom, and I'm just going to cut it now. I'm wearing my toque and ski jacket just because it's almost freezing temperatures outside, so I want to stay warm. So I'm just going to score this and then break that piece off, and hopefully it fits upstairs. As you can see, I've done the drywall. I cut it to size and put it in. And now the part that I really don't enjoy very much is the mudding part, which is right here. It's a ready-made compound. And I'm going to just do that right now and then let it dry. And then sand it off probably tomorrow. And then this part will be all done. Okay, so I've done my mudding. It isn't beautiful, but once I've sanded it, I think it's going to be flat enough so I can do the tiling on there. I'm glad to get that part done. After I have my coffee break, I think I'm going to go and prime this cabinet here so that hopefully I can paint this in the next day or two. Well, hi everybody. Day 3. I've sanded the drywall, and now my lovely wife Janine is starting to paint the vanity. And we're always curious at this point to see what the color is like, because of course when you actually see it here live in the room, sometimes it may not look exactly the way it did in the store. How are you liking it so far, Nate?
Too early to tell.
Too early to tell? I'd say in about a half an hour from now, when the front is painted, I think it's good. We'll have a much better idea whether we like this color or not. But nonetheless, there we are. Day 4. Well, like I said to you at the very beginning, there's usually some kind of a problem that comes up along the way when you're doing a renovation, and we just came across our first. Much to our surprise is that the countertop that we had bought, which was pre-cut, didn't actually fit the countertop here. So I had to take it back and actually have a custom-made countertop made for this vanity. So that's going to delay this part of the project, unfortunately, for about 10 days to 2 weeks. So that's a bit disappointing, because I was really hoping to have the sink in and have this part usable in the bathroom. So I've adjusted my plans, and basically what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint the bathroom. So today I'm actually going to take a look at this and see what it looks like, but generally speaking I think that's about the size I'm going to cut away, and hopefully it will be fairly straightforward to put a new piece of plywood in there. So that's what I'm going to tackle today. So there you have it. I put in 3 2x4s there and screwed it in, and they're nice and tight in that spot there. So tomorrow night I should be able to put a new piece of plywood right there, and then that corner will be taken care of. Alright, as you see, I got that piece of plywood done today. I put it in. Nice and solid. That's not going anywhere. So I'm glad that part's done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on to the painting. Hi, Saturday morning. As you guessed it, that's the adhesive that I'm going to be using for the tile. So today I'm actually going to get started with the tiling. Today I'm going to do the decorative tile around the entire tub. And Jeannie and I had a discussion this morning about how we wanted to do the decorative part, because there's going to be another white piece that's going to go along beside it. But how does it match up with the decorative pieces that go along the wall too? So how does that match up there? So a discussion about that. A little bit of disappointment about the countertop for the vanity. I called Home Depot this morning and won't be ready for a couple more weeks. So generally speaking, it's a bit of a setback getting this part done. And for me it is particularly because, of course, what I like to do is get the countertop put in and then be able to do the tile above that, because I really will gauge the height of the tile all along the wall by the countertop itself. So this is really kind of where the tiling project starts. Well, hello good people. It's March the 8th. It's been a couple weeks since I last made a video entry, and I've basically been on hold until the new bathroom counter arrived, which you can see behind me has finally happened. And today I'm actually going to start putting it in and then put the new sink in, and hopefully it'll be okay. And really what the good news about that is then I can get started on the tiling above the countertop and really get into the tiling phase of the bathroom reno, which I've been really anxiously waiting for. So this is kind of a big day for me. Yeah, just the fact that the project can get started again. So anyhow, let's just see how this works, and I'll show you later. Alright, there's the countertop attached. Pre-sink insertion. And let's just see how it goes with the cutting of the sink. Alright, so there's the sink. And there's the template that you use to cut the hole out on the countertop. And of course the instructions, which you should read carefully before you do this job. Okay, so after measuring and rechecking and measuring and rechecking and measuring and rechecking again, I think I'm ready to go for it. So I'm going to cut the hole for the sink now. Here it goes. So, time to put the drain pipe onto the sink. Important before you put this piece on that goes on the top in the sink hole, make sure that you do put some plumber's putty under there, so make sure that it's sealed, and then of course it won't leak later on, and then you'll be aggravated because you didn't do it right the first time, right? Okay. I'm going to use some of this plumber's putty as well along the base of the sink, and then when that's on there I'm going to press it down onto the countertop. It'll keep the sink in place and also of course seal it around the sink too so it doesn't leak underneath. Yep. Okay, I think that'll do the dig-a-doo. The dig-a-doo. I'm going to dig it too. Oh, Okay, just attaching the tap part of it. I'm going to put the water outlet to the tap, and the drain pipe has been attached. And in a few minutes we should be able to actually see if this thing works.
Where is it?
There you have it. The sink is in. And the countertop's on. On to the next stage, which is the tiling. Hi everybody. Good morning. It's a Saturday morning, first day of spring break. As you can see, I've got the mirror up and I did tiling underneath there to see how it would look, and also because I need to have that tiling continue all the way to the tub. Also, what you can see there is I've attached a piece of wood down about halfway down the work of my tile there, because then I'm going to work from the way up first so that's nice and straight and aligned as I'm putting the tile on there, and I will do that all the way around the bathroom as well. So this is the part, of course, that I was saying before I was anxious about getting started with, and during the spring break I plan to do this pretty well every day. I'd love to get the wall done tiling wise by the end of spring break. Hi everybody, this is the wet saw that I purchased from Canadian Tire the last time I did a bathroom reno, and for the money I paid for it, which was very reasonable, it certainly has done the job, and we're very happy with it. I'm on to the grouting part of the job. I yesterday went and bought all the supplies I needed. I've got the good old bucket, I've got the water I need to mix, and I've got the box of the grout here that I'm going to mix with the water. I've got the gum rubber grout float that I'm going to use for actually spreading the grout on here. It's a handy one. I've got my pipe, which I'm going to use to mix, which I have to do for a few minutes. And of course then when the grout is on and it's drying, I need to also have a sponge that's going to be wiping off the excess grout. And then of course I've got my rags that I need. So I'm off to do this job, and so hopefully it's going to look really much different after it's all done. Really looking forward to it. Well, here it is the day after. I've done the grout on the wall, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Particularly that corner there, that was probably the hardest part right there. That looks good. And the general effect is really nice. It does really finish off the tiling job when the grout's done as well, right? It really does look finished. So all it really needs now is this water sealant, which I'll do at the end. But boy, that was probably the hardest part of this whole project, was the wall. So I'm really happy about that. Now, today I'm on to the floor. So I'm forging ahead. Wish me luck. Goodbye, old linoleum. Okay, I'm just about to start on the floor, but I want to show you a couple things that are different doing the floor than it is the wall. First is the trowel itself. This is the trowel that I used for the wall. As you can see, the teeth on that. And this is the trowel that I'm using for the floor. You can see the difference there. It's much deeper. So that's a difference, as well as the spacers I'm using for the floor are different than I am using for the wall. Here's the 1/16 spacers that I used between the tiles, and here's the one I'm going to be using for the floor. So there's a size difference there too. So here we go. I'm going to start. Hopefully I can get this done today. That'd be awesome. Hi, so I have finally finished the tiling in the bathroom. I finished the bathroom floor today, did the side moldings there. Now I'm just mixing up the grout, and then I'm going to spread the grout on here today, and that will be a very happy experience for me, because that would really mean that the tiling job is done. Tomorrow I'd like to put the toilet in. I like to replace the spout and the tap and the shower head tomorrow as well, and I'm really starting to now see the finish line with the bathroom. So the big part though is done, and I'm really happy that it is. Ooh.
Nice. Wow. What a difference.
Yeah, look at it, there's the toilet. Yesterday I changed the fixtures around the tub, the shower head, and I did a new tap and a new spout for it as well. So it just makes it look a little better than it did before. Neat little trick. Dishwashing liquid. The caulk won't stick to your fingers. Great idea. So, there you have it. New shower door put in. Fairly straightforward. Figuring things out in a couple places, but really actually wasn't that hard to do. Looks really good there, doesn't it? Yeah, finishes off the bathroom beautifully. So now all I have now to do is towel racks and air vent, as well as the air vent up there too. So that's about it, and I'll be finished. Has been an interesting experience, as renovations always are. There have been some challenges that have come along the way, some frustrations, but also there's some rewards that come along with renovations. Of course, this is the biggest reward when you're standing in here in the finished product, and really this is the reason why I do enjoy doing renos, is seeing the finished product. So anyways, cheers everybody. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you maybe learned a couple things, and if not, just enjoyed me going through the struggles and the work that was involved. I know I'm going to enjoy watching it too, and probably be thinking to myself, what was I doing in the middle of watching this? So anyhow, I want to wish you all the best with your renos, and we'll be seeing you really soon. Alright, cheers!